What's going on, Libra? And welcome to my channel, Alchemist. Justin here, and just happy birthday! It's your birthday season, Libra. It's your birthday. Oh, yeah. Alright, that's enough of that, Libra. Well, for those of you who are returning, welcome back, Soul Tribe. I appreciate your subscriptions, your likes, and shares. Your support really is just incredible, Libra, especially on your birthday season. Oh, feeling emotional. And it keeps us growing. And for those of you who are new, welcome. I'm happy Higher Self has brought you here, and we are in for an amazing journey. So, Libra, this is a special spread here. This is your solar return spread, or your yearly spread. And the solar return is when the sun is conjunct your natal sun, and it gives you a chance to just kind of reflect on what a year it's been for you, maybe in this past year, and think about the things in ways that you want to grow and improve on in the future for this incoming year for you, Libra. It's a really exciting time, and just hope you're feeling just re-energized and just great. And then look at that, Libra. It's just like I feel like I just saw you. So look at that. I'm spoiling you for your birthday season. But there's no kind of. Let me say this intro doesn't have any kind of rhyme or reason. But I think that's all I had to tell you, Libra. Oh, and before we jump into this thing, Libra, just so you're all aware, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one. So take what resonates with you. Take as many birthday shenanigans as you want, Libra. But you can leave some of them with me. And never force a reading on the situation, okay? So, with all that being said, oh, let's jump into it. Your space has been cleansed. Crystals, they're just as pumped as I am to just see you, Libra. Just great energy all around here. Now, Libra, I got a lot that's going to be going on with this spread. So I'm going to pull an Angel Oracle card. This is a special deck. I only bust this out for the yearly returns. So this one is going to be the Angel Oracle is going to be one where this is going to be the divine consciousness that's going to be watching over you, the energies over this next year. And then I'm going to pull one Oracle card for each month. They're not going to follow any particular order, but if they happen to fall in those order, Libra, definitely tell me about it next year. And then for each, I'm going to pull like one Oracle card for each month and then one Tarot card for each month as well, there, Libra. And then for every 4, we'll get another Oracle card from a different deck here. I know this is a whole lot that's going on here, but it'll make sense in a minute. But before we jump into this thing, these readings that I do, they're not gender-specific readings, so apply these energies to people as they make sense for your situations, okay? And in case if y'all were curious, the decks that I'm working with, I've included links for them down in the description box below, so definitely check that out if you're interested. But also down below are some links for some other readers that I like watching, Libra, so definitely check them out. Very intuitive group. I think you'd enjoy them. But let's go ahead and get into your collective consciousness energy here. Oh, look at that, Libra. I'm with it. So you got the 33rd card here, which is Asmodel. I love introducing these angels. It's always something. But this guy is represented by Taurus. Ooh, your ruler Venus. And then what's this symbol here? Adamentos, which is an energy of transformation and great depth. And Asmodel is the angel of patience. And the energies that he brings is inner peace. Oh, I love this, Libra. Inner peace, next best step, develop plans, attention to detail, cautious and unruffled. And they come with a little quote here towards the bottom, and he says, "I help time, patience, and planning be your allies when you contend with annoying details or complex situations." So look how fantastic that is, Libra. Because I want to say that for your reading yesterday, it was about getting into a game plan, what things are looking like for you. So look at that, Asmodeus got your back. And then towards the bottom here, it'll include usually a crystal that you may want to consider working with, a time, and then or like a time of month or season thing, and then just a little extra stuff here at the bottom, Libra. So maybe some crystals that you might, or a crystal that you may want to consider working with, is a watermelon tourmaline. And I won't know about the watermelon one per se, but I have a black tourmaline here, and this is a great energy for protection and kind of warding away energies, kind of negative energies there. And then not in a particular time that might be kind of significant to you here, Libra, maybe come this coming April next year. So that's something to look for there, Libra. And then the last little quote here is wait. So considering that this is the angel of patience here, that seems like it's going to be where patience is going to be needed, but I feel like plans are definitely going to come to fruition there, Libra. Now let's go ahead and get your first oracle card here for the first month. Get this thing going. I'm not going to keep you waiting. Thank you. All right, let's see what's going on here, Libra. Oh, look at that. We're starting off right, Libra. That's what I'm talking about. You got the fourth card of Gemini's here, which is the hammock card. Look at you kicking back, relaxing. I'm with it. Have you ever been in a hammock, Libra? I sure haven't. I'm gonna fix that one day. But this is a card of rest, relax, time off, pause, suspend, sleep, supported, meditate, inactive, recovery, find relief, vacation, waiting, suspended between two things, in limbo, and self-actualization. And I like that, Libra. Energy that's coming through here is relax. And I know I said that these energies aren't coming in any particular order, but I do feel like that's a good one to start your birthday season off. Because I tell you what, it has been a hectic year up until now, especially this last little retrograde season. I feel like all the signs were kind of eating it there for a second. But so just allow yourself to just kind of get back into balance. You know, do things that are relaxing for yourself. Do some self-care. Your ruler's not almost every other planet's retrograde right now, but your ruler's back direct. You know, things are going to be moving. You know, she's in the sign of, at least for Leo, for a little bit, for about maybe half your birthday season. So gives you some time to, you know, to have some fun, to even enjoy yourself before kind of she moves into Virgo and then kind of gets a little more kind of planning, gets down to thinking there. But and I feel like even too when she moves into Virgo, that it can, because you know Virgo can be about a sign of routines and you know your day to day, and this could be just making sure to even incorporate times to relax even through your day to day. Now we're not just taking just your birthday season, just like finding little pockets for yourself. Do some self care, do some meditation, get by some water, chill in a hammock, take a nap. I'm all with that, Libra. Now let's go ahead and get a tarot card on this. Thank you. Love that, Libra. So you got the Page of Wands here. You know, I feel like with this, you know, when we do take some time to relax here, Libra, it does help you get your energies, just kind of get you revitalized. And I feel like this gives you, you know, when we're rested and our mind's in a calm state and we've had a chance to just sort of recharge, it helps your inspiration as well. Because the Page of Wands, I feel like he's very full of energy, you know, full of great ideas, and is one that really kind of follows his heart and his passions and his, you know, just... I feel like that in your relaxing time and in those little pockets, I feel like even like maybe finding yourself a little hobby with this Page of Wands as well, if you don't have something that you're already kind of doing, Libra. And I feel like just pay attention to how that energies can get you feeling. Because even when relaxing, it may not just be just taking a nap. Maybe you're out, maybe doing going on a hike, or maybe you're doing some gardening. Maybe we're even taking up a sport, Libra. Look at this guy. Looks like he's getting ready to do what's that one sport? It looks like about ready to pole vault. Really is what's going down here. Maybe throwing like a javelin or something, Libra. I don't know. Maybe we're picking up something, picking up a new little thing into our mix there, but. Just pay attention, I feel like, to how that inspires you. And then, because your energies have been over the last couple months kind of on and off, I feel like has been this, there's been some sort of calling here. So, just something to pay attention to there, Libra. I like that. Nice little relaxing start there. Let's get another oracle card. Thank you. Oh, all right, Libra. Look at that. We've gone from a hammock, now we're chilling up in the clouds there. Because you got the 8th card of Leos, which is the hot air balloon. And with this card, this is a card of balance, uplifting, freedom, going with the flow, rise above, don't resist, new perspective, untouchable, defying gravity, continuous flow, ascension, view, elevate, and feeling good. An energy that's coming through here, Libra, is the going with the flow. And so I feel like as this energies, as you're kind of going through this season, I feel like there is going to be and especially too considering that your angel here is the one of patience. I feel like in your downtime, sometimes when we're trying to get things going, we can get a little impatient and maybe want to kind of force things along. And I feel like it's like letting the natural flow. Once you started doing your setting off for whatever plan it is that you're doing or whatever it is that you're try to manifest over this next year, Libra, just to kind of allow, once you've put in your work, to allow divine timing to cook up things with you, just to kind of relax and really sort of go with the flow of the universe. I really am kind of seeing these, you just kind of chilling in a hot air balloon, just kind of just allowing the push and pull of the universe to kind of take you to where you need to be, and just kind of entrust intuitively where your spirits are trying to, or your higher self, your angels, ancestors, however you connect to source, Libra, and let them guide you to this state of balance and this state of ease, and this, it's almost like this sort of peaceful surrender is what I'm getting with this energy here, Libra, which that's very lovely. I like that. Let's get let's get a tarot on this. Oh, love that, Libra. See? You got the High Priestess here. And so that's what I was talking about, and trusting in that intuition there, Libra, letting the universe guide you. Because I feel, and this might be too, while we're going through this, even in this like relaxing time, finding ways again to connect with source and really kind of see if we're we're really kind of tuned in to where the universe is trying to guide us. Are the things that we're doing really resonate with us? Asking yourself these sort of deeper questions, and receiving these, essentially just kind of peeking behind the veil is what I'm even getting, and just allowing yourself to kind of receive the downloads that your higher self is trying to bestow upon you. It's very interesting, and I feel you're going to be, yeah, trust your instincts, Libra. Always trust that intuition, and I feel like this is going to guide you well. And it may feel a little uncomfortable at first if that's something that we've gotten into the practice of. And I feel like even sometimes when there are those moments where we do kind of doubt ourselves sometimes, or kind of second guess, and it happens, Libra. But then it's just like, again, when you notice that things have gotten out of whack, it's just that kind of recalibrating again, and everything's going to be, I feel it's going to flow very, very smoothly. I feel when we trust that those high priestess senses. But all right, let's get another oracle on the mix. Thank you. All right, Libra. Oh, now look at that. You might even go to an orchestra there, Libra, because you got the third card of Taurus, which is Symphony card. And with this card, this is a card of harmony, synergy, co-create, assembly, organized structure, contribute, team, collaborate, precise, arrangement, order, lead, follow, organization, perform, display, and cohesion. And the energy that's coming through here, Libra, is a team. And the first thing that popped in my head was, when I was talking about like the sports, for example, maybe we're thinking about joining a team possibly, or you might think about maybe joining an orchestra, or maybe some sort of, maybe even just some sort of like neighborhood group possibly. Maybe we're starting up our own team, Libra. Maybe you want to start a hot air balloon team, or maybe start a meditation group in hammocks, or whatever this is looking like for you. But I feel that, and I feel that this is something too that is going to be important to start thinking about, especially once Pluto really kind of settles into Aquarius, starting next year in 2024, towards like the 20th of January. We're going to get into a very collaborative energy, and try saying that 10 times fast, but trying to get into that type of energy where we are co-creating and forming teams and soul tribes, and But I feel like that could really would really do you some good, Libra. Maybe if we're not a part of something, and raise your vibration. And maybe if we are part of a team, it's like maybe if you're thinking about how to elevate that team, maybe we are part of like a group where we're cleaning up for neighborhoods, and maybe we expand a little bit outside of your own. Maybe we try to get others to form some teams. And or maybe this is like, I'm even getting for some that there is even like this, and as it makes sense, Libra, take it as it resonates. But I'm even getting like a political type of thing where maybe we're starting like something up in like a grassroots types of thing, or maybe we're trying to do some kind of like advocacy work, or and even too, just paying attention to the team that like who you keep around you, the people that you associate with. And since you are a sign of relationships and those one-on-one bonds and things, I feel, yeah, I feel like a team for some of you is going to be a big, going to be kind of a big kind of factor here, Libra. But let me get a tarot on this. Let me see what's going on here, Libra. Oh, interesting. So you have, so you have the Lovers in reverse here, Libra. And I do feel that I do feel like this, because partway the Lovers is, to me, it's like this is Gemini energy. And I feel like that with the Lovers, this to me is partway of an energy of connecting with your higher self. Can you see how this person is like connecting to this sort of like divine spirit here? I feel that, is paying attention to your instincts. And if something doesn't feel right in your team, trust that, like use that level of, I feel like discernment is going to be a big part when it comes to, for especially for forming some sort of team here. But I feel like it's even too kind of paying attention, because this can also be a card of choices, and this can maybe be either be paying attention to the choices that your team is making, whether this be maybe in something like a charity aspect or a group aspect, or I'm even getting where it's like even like a work aspect, possibly maybe like a work team, or if you own, a team, if you happen to own your own business. But just kind of paying attention to that, Libra. But also too, I feel like of the groups that we join as well, I feel like that's going to be something to really kind of pay attention to, especially over this year. But in a couple years, I feel like around 2025, that's going to be a real kind of, that's going to be very important for all of us, to kind of paying attention to the people who we choose to follow, or the teams. And that's a few years out. But for this year, yeah, pay attention to that, Libra. And we're thinking about forming kind of long-term relationships with different teams and groups and things. Alrighty. Alright, Libra, let's get your last oracle card here before we get mix this up here, or pull from a different group. Oh, thank you. Alright, look at all this racking up Gemini energy here. And look at you, Libra, you might be going on a trip because you got the fifth card of Geminis, which is a yacht card. And with this card, this is a card of adventure, affluence, luxury, mobility, travel, great ease, smooth sailing, sophisticated, with the wind, self-indulgent, prosperity, comfort, wealth, over the top, and extravagant. And there's the energy that's coming through here, Libra, is the with the wind. And so considering too that you kind of got to go with the flow, relax and things, I do feel like that there is going to be an energy of, it's kind of like releasing control in a sense. It's like you do have, your choices do factor in to what happens here. But I feel like that I almost feel like even with like the Lovers being in reverse, and this is interesting, it's like not stressing on the choices that we make after they've been made. It's just sort of like, just sort of go with the wind there, and just allow these things to kind of happen with where it would be. It's interesting because I'm kind of looking at this sort of like, what is this? This looks like a couple doves here. Yeah, looking like it looks like a couple of doves here, Libra. But I also kind of feel too that maybe for some, it's like we may need to go where the wind takes us. Maybe we might be thinking about going on a travel, maybe changing locations over the next year, or it's like we might be kind of like it's like we're being pulled to a place as well. It's very interesting, you know. My stepdad has this phrase that I really like. He's this little back. He is go where the crow flies, and I dig that, and I feel like that's kind of what's getting ready to happen with you, Libra. Just sort of like maybe for some, it's like we're just kind of going, kind of being almost like nomads in a sense, and just yeah, just really seeing where kind of life is going to be taking you, what new experiences may be coming your way. And sometimes I can feel those changes can be a little, can bring about anxiety, but I feel like this can bring about, I don't know, something really nice there, Libra. But maybe bring an inner peace in things. But let's get some tarot, get a tarot on this. All right, Libra. So you have the Knight of Wands in reverse here. And you know, with the Knight of Wands, he's a very passionate knight. You know, he goes where his very fast moving knight as well. And I feel like for some of you, it's kind of slowing down a little bit and then allowing yourself to kind of, again, listen to that high priestess sense, to connect with higher self and really kind of feel where the wind is kind of taking you there. To, even just thinking with this team here, where with the lovers, you know, it's like you and your spirits working as a team and letting them, and this could be literally something you being an air sign. You know, maybe it's you're getting this communication through listen to the wind. You know, feel where the energies are trying to guide you here, where because maybe you're going to a place where it's like we're going to bring balance somewhere, like again, like I'm getting for some even like this kind of like spiritual type of energy where we might be going around, and maybe not necessarily even like spiritual, maybe we're going around healing. You know, maybe we're, I'm thinking, for example, like if you work in, let's say you're like a nurse or someone who works in medicine, maybe it's instead of like working in an institution, maybe it's like we're starting up our own practice and maybe taking this out elsewhere, or maybe you do like Reiki, or maybe do like massage therapy, or maybe you work with watermelon tourmaline or other types of crystals there and meditate. Very interesting there, Libra, but I feel like that it's there's this energy too of just being careful about denying yourself your passions, and like, you know, listening to that inner drive. You know, it may not make sense in that moment, but yeah, just something to I feel like think about there, Libra. But all right, I'm even kind of getting like I was looking at Asmodel's card and that caution kind of came out again, and it's I do feel like for some where yes there is a need to relax and to, you know, kind of go with the flow, just how we were sort of talking with the teams earlier, just to be mindful about anyone who had maybe overzealous isn't the quite the right word that I want to look, but like not quite a fanatic energy, but just pay attention to like to if something doesn't feel right with someone we may be connected with, maybe our passions don't quite line up, or just pay attention to that, Libra. But now let's go ahead and get an oracle from this deck. All right, Libra. So you got the Align card in reverse. And I feel like with this that there is this energy of making sure that your energies align with where you're trying to go on your journey. Like just making sure that we're not compromising ourselves for any sort of situation, or just like it's trusting your intuition if something again with like either like a team or someone that we may happen to associate with, or whatever that is, you know, just making sure that those energies align there. but I am getting a 2 since, the Lover's card. The Lover's card for me is like your higher self kind of winking at you. But when the Lover's is in reverse, it's just like, Libra, we need your attention there. We need to get back, we need to really kind of get back into alignment here. It could be really kind of, again, aligned with your higher forces there and allowing them to guide you. That's what I'm feeling. Working in tandem with them. It's because I feel like that's where those intuitive insights and that inspiration and those epiphanies like kind of come in there for you, Libra, as far as like what direction you're trying to go in life. So just something to think about there, Libra. Alrighty, now let's get your next row of cards here. Thank you. All right, Libra. So you got the 6th card of Virgos, which is the Sap card. And with this card, this is a card of resources, needed materials, flow, wealth, essence of life, spring, blood, nourishment, sweetness, energy, vitality, grounded, roots, abundant, physical health, and life force. And the energy that's coming through here, Libra, is the energy. And I feel like we just want to, just how we were talking about aligning and things, we want to make sure that we're watching how people, how situations, even how environments, I feel, are affecting your energies, and paying attention to the choices that you're making. And if they don't align with who or where you want to be in life, Libra, then it's just like, what can we do to adjust that? And it might be something where, let's say, for example, if we get in on like a lease and maybe we're kind of feel like we're stuck in something, this could be where, you might need to be a little patient in this, but maybe we can get a little resourceful. Maybe you can think about subleasing, or like someone coming in and kind of replacing that contract. Or maybe we find ourselves where we got into a relationship that has been sapping our energies, and like maybe there's a whole, and not to say that you're gonna, if we're married or anything, that we're gonna get divorced if we're in a relationship or just splitting up. But if you just notice that the energies aren't quite balanced, and we don't feel like we can readjust those things, it's just something to pay attention to there, Libra. But let's get a tarot card on this. All right, Libra. Oh, interesting. So you got the 3 of Swords in reverse. And I like this, Libra, because I feel like that, maybe for some, if we do find that a situation or a person, people may be kind of, again, sapping from our energies, and we do need to move on and do like maybe do some separating and things, that can sting. That could be a hard experience, but it's one of those things where time heals all wounds, and it may we need to be a little patient with this, but the healing process will happen. And there's, even in, if we find ourselves in like where we got into like kind of like sticky situations, or what, like, is what's popping to my head, but just like maybe in like questionable relationships or questionable situations and things, it's not meant to be a time to beat yourself up. It's meant to be a time to relax and reflect on what happened. What signs were we missed? Were we not connected with source? Were we not listening to our intuition? Were we jumping a little fast into something? And then to evaluate what we can do in the future. Turn those experiences into wisdom, and then to pass that, and need to keep that in mind when we're going about the next thing, Libra. But the 3 of Swords in reverse is a card of healing, so it is knowing that you will, from whatever circumstances or things or maybe little hiccups that we do come across this way, because there's always going to be something, Libra, that keeps that life going. There needs to be that balance in order for growth and things to happen. We need to have some sort of challenges there. So, all right, let's see what else we got here. Thank you. Ooh, interesting, Libra. All right, so you got the 4th card of Sagittarius, which is the Gavel card. And with this card, this is a card of conviction, decisions made, pay attention, offer accepted, legal matters, court order, fair, finished, being judged, bring order, a serious situation, important decisions, and assertion. And energy that's coming through here, Libra, is the offer accepted. And so there may be, for some, maybe we'll be thinking about accepting some sort of offer as far as like, I feel for some, maybe this is going to be a new job offer that we might be accepting, or this could even be maybe we're accepting an offer in love, Libra. Not quite getting like super strong, but could potentially be an option there if that's something that we happen to be looking for over this next year, Libra. But I am getting a picture or a message of just like making sure before we do accept an offer, just make sure that we're just kind of checking the fine print, just again, that's making sure that it's aligning with you. Let's say if this is like a new contract, for example. Just reading that stuff over. I know it can be a little monotonous sometimes, a little tedious, but I feel like it would definitely be worth it in the long run there, Libra. And because I feel like too, I feel like for some, I was just talking about this merger that was happening possibly with a company, maybe in your, and if that was something that resonated with you in your job there, Libra. And yeah, let me get a tarot on this, Libra. Get some details. All right, Libra. So you got the Ace of Wands here. And you know what? I do kind of feel a combination though for some other, because the Ace of Wands could be a card of taking action. It's that this new, maybe this offer is going to lead to opportunities here. Maybe we're feeling, for some, we might feel a little apprehensive at first with this Knight of Wands being in reverse. But again, trust your intuition, and if things feel like this is where the universe is trying to take you, this might be one where, again, we may make these choices, read over the fine print, but go with the wind and then kind of see what sort of new things that the spirits and higher self and things are trying to bring to your attention there, Libra. But will something could potentially lead to something really exciting there, maybe even a chance to. I'm even kind of getting this could be a chance to accept an offer that your higher self's offering you. Like you get this like idea, and it's just like, are you gonna accept that role, Libra? Are you gonna accept that chance? You've been thinking about this thing, and it's just like, you know what? Yeah, I think I am gonna. Just something kind of on just a little spiritual note there too, Libra. All right, let's get another card. Oh, all right, Libra. Oh, so definitely we gotta make sure we're keeping an eyes on these offers here, because you got the seventh card of Taurus, which is the eyeglasses card. And with this card, this is a card of assessment, evaluate options, perspective, review, analyze, opinion, judgment, examine, seeing clearly, the fine print, estimate, closer look, focus, awareness, and check the details. And the energy that's coming through here, Libra, is evaluate options. And as I was thinking about that, like kind of reading that over, this, and I'm starting to get like Two of Swords energies coming through here, Libra, where there might be a decision, or might be a situation where we may overthink things a little bit. We might let our head get in the way of what our intuition is telling us. It's like it's saying one thing, but it's just like, like logically, does that really make sense? Like, is this something that is like? Because I feel like Libra. I have a Gemini moon, and sometimes when it comes to too many decisions and things like that, it's just like, let's not be bothered. And sometimes I feel like that might be where you might end up, Libra, when we're evaluating our options, kind of weighing too many things, considering pros and cons and all this whatnots, and it's just like, just the gears kind of go into overdrive there. So if we find ourselves in a place of where we're staying stuck, and we're not quite sure what our what signals we should really listen to. This might be something where we talk with someone as far as like, maybe bounce an idea off with a friend or a trusted family member, however that might be looking. But I do feel that there is this energy too of, just if we feel restricted in some sort of capacity, that you have more options than you realize. But it's just, yeah, I feel like, for some, it's making sure we don't settle on an energy as well, or like on an offer. But interesting here, Libra. So you have the Six of Wands here. With the Six of Wands, I feel that there is this. It's like there's this energy of, because the Six of Wands could be like a card of success, a card of fame, card of, of being celebrated. And and it's not that I feel like we're looking to be celebrated, but I feel like that there is this energy of maybe we're going to kind of evaluate our options, maybe as far as like the people that we may keep around, or that's just for some. But then I also kind of feel with some others that maybe there's this energy of evaluating how, let's say like a workspace, for example, allows us to grow, can it get us to that level of recognition, or being like best in our group, or whatever that's looking like. I feel like there's a need to kind of pay attention to how that is going to look kind of long term. And yeah, something to think about there, Libra. All right, let's get your last one before we get another for switch up oracles again. Oh, yeah, really racking up Gemini energy. You know, yeah, might be thinking a lot here, Libra. But you got the ninth card of Geminis here, which is the Worry Beads card. And with this card, this is a card of worry, fear, anxiety, irritated, calming, soothing, bored, passing time, upset, unease, needs care, fretful, ritual, repetitive motion, de-escalate, and nervous tick. And the energy that's coming through here, Libra, is the upset. And I feel like for some, it's like maybe as maybe we've accepted an offer, we're kind of evaluating some things, and I'm getting for some, it's just like if we're not careful, excuse me, Libra, if we're not careful about evaluating our options, or we just kind of jump into something, without little thought there, that we may end up being upset in the long run. Kind of getting like a Five of Cups vibes that's sort of coming through there. But there's also this energy of kind of like on the flip side, if we've overthink something, and an opportunity kind of, let's say like goes to, let's say we're thinking about going for that promotion, but we're not sure, we've been on the fence, and then someone else comes in and takes a position. I feel like that could be like where then we kind of beat ourselves up a little bit, and it's just like, man, I should have did this, I should have listened to my gut, I should have, like all those coulda, shoulda, wouldas. But it's just like, okay, well then what did you learn from that? Because the opportunities that are meant for us, Libra, never pass us by. It's just like that may have not been the time for you yet. But let me get a tarot on this. All right, Libra. So you have the Nine of Swords in reverse here, and with the Nine of Swords, I feel that this can be, especially if we find ourselves upset, like, in an energy of kind of like beating ourselves up and things along those lines. It's that we can form this. You see this little enemy here, this little almost like little demon mask that this person's mind has created here, and we can kind of like create this I feel like it's just really being mindful of where your thoughts are at, and it's just like not to allow that sort of self-deprecating energy to bring you down, where we may have been upset because we've made a mistake, or may have felt like that we've missed an opportunity, but really there is this it's a learning experience there, Libra. And again, I feel like that more opportunities will come for you as well, but I'm even kind of getting to that. I feel that it's like it's paying attention to it's like how it's like it's almost like getting caught up in this negative energy, and how maybe someone may get like up, how you may get upset with someone, Libra. It's something else that's kind of coming through here, and it's just like being mindful of, when we're upset and in that sort of like kind of wrapped up in rage and things, we may say some things, or we may, be thinking some thoughts that kind of kind of bog us down, and just is sort of like exacerbating the problem in a sense. So just something to kind of be mindful of there, Libra. But let's get another oracle on this. All right, Libra. So you have the Witch Bones card here. And with this, Libra, I almost feel that there is this need to, especially if we find ourselves getting upset about something, an offer that we made, or, a need to just like kind of ground your energies. And yeah, and especially, I feel like especially just kind of with this upset energy, if you find yourself kind of anxious and things, and, I feel like the universe is trying to just let you know that, just to really kind of find your footing again, if we find ourselves kind of getting off of balance there. And yeah, just something to, I'm even kind of getting this energy of, again, not allowing yourself to be rocked. Just kind of, especially if maybe some people come at you to try to make you upset, or it's just like, just kind of let that energy just sort of flow on past you there. You send them love and light and kind of take care of that, Libra. But all right, Libra, let's get to these last few cards here. Start to wrap things up. Oh, look at you, Libra, getting into your innovative energy, because you got the third card of Leo's, which is the Inventor card. And with this card, this is kind of innovation, imagination, creative, gadgets, technology, groundbreaking developments, okay to fail, do it again and again, inspired ideas, setting trends, mastermind, and modern era. So the energies that are kind of coming through here, Libra, are the inspired ideas and the creative. And I feel that, you are a very creative sign there, Libra, being Venus ruled, and being a sign too of just like art, beauty, aesthetics. And I feel that, we started off page one as possibly being inspired, pay attention to your ideas and things that come along those lines. Because, again, we're going to be, depending on how, once we get, really especially getting into next year, with Pluto being in Aquarius, that's going to be forming trine with your signs over the next 20 years that Pluto will be there. And it's gonna be a time of inspiration, and a time of co-creation, and a time to just get very creative here, Libra, and just allow yourself to just kind of go with the flow. And maybe it may be kind of getting for some, if you're like a musician, maybe if you tend to be more kind of structured with like orchestra, maybe switching over the jazz, or maybe even vice versa, or maybe change up how you're yeah, it's like this energy just wants to make sure that you're just you're just constantly inspired or constantly, in this creative energy, so that you can bring more beauty and more balance into the world, Libra. But let's go ahead and let's get a tarot on this. Thank you. Oh, all right, Libra, I'm with this. So you got the Death card here. And with this card, Libra, I do feel like that things are going to be definitely changing for you, over this next year for sure. But it's just like, I feel like the Death card is asking, like, like how do you want to change? Or do we want to be more creative? Do we want to, have we not been feeling inspired? And it's just like, how do we change that up? And all those options that I, said, as far as like maybe getting out in nature, going by water, maybe doing some, maybe we find, our motivation by reading or whatever that's looking like for you, Libra. But yeah, definitely an invitation for growth here and for resilience and for change. All right, Libra, let's get a little tea. Let me light this candle real quick. All right, then let's get your next oracle card. Oh. Oh. All right, thank you. Oh, Libra, we got one of your cards. Look at you about to treat yourself. Because you got the ninth card of you, which is chocolate card. Go ahead and buy yourself something nice, Libra, for your birthday season. But with this card is a card of just like little treats anyway, just throughout this journey. But this card is satisfaction, perfection, love, romance, treating yourself, sweet, rich, smooth, splurge, aphrodisiac, the good stuff, fine dining, good, do things right, celebration, and elevated mood. Oh, interesting, Libra. So the energy that's coming through here is the romance. And so maybe for some, we might be, maybe, while we're, maybe one thing you could do on this little romantic date that you go on, maybe do a creative endeavor, maybe go to like an art and wine thing, or maybe go to like a concert, or maybe like an orchestra, or maybe go on a hot air balloon, go on a boat, whatever that's looking like for you, Libra. Buy yourself some chocolates, have a little intimate evening. But, if we do, find ourselves kind of thinking about romance here, I do feel that there is, just again how we were kind of talking up here in this upper row, as far as like, maybe you can check in with the people that we're connecting with, and even kind of in this middle one, just kind of like evaluating our options here, and not necessarily looking for like, I don't want to say that we're being like, again, like overly critical or anything along those lines, but there is this energy of making sure that we are just kind of evaluating our options when we're talking about that with this eyeglasses card, and really kind of seeing things for what they are. If actions of people don't seem to be lining up, I feel like there's not a rush necessarily to be in love in a sense. I feel like when you find yourself, when you're working on things for you and kind of focusing on self-love and things, and all that stuff tends to just kind of fall into place in kind as well. So, and I feel like if we're in a relationship, this might be something where, we might want to, if we've been noticing that, you might want to think about bringing a little more romance if things have gotten a little stagnant there. Maybe the ace of, although never mind, Libra. But maybe it's like it's maybe going on a date that you've never been on before. Find out, would you two even like doing hot air balloons, or maybe we're gonna go collect sap from trees, or maybe even meditating together, Libra. However that's looking, however we want to kind of spice things up, or kind of bring some romance, some sweetness into the relationships. But let me get a tarot on this. Oh, interesting, Libra. Yeah. All right, Libra. Oh, so you have the Ten of Swords here, and with this card being here, Libra, maybe for some that we've been kind of focused on, or maybe may notice that over this next year we might be kind of focusing on everything but love. You know, maybe we've been kind of pouring into our careers or just kind of working on yourselves, but and which are all fantastic things. But you know, if you start getting like these again, these like intuitive messages of maybe you know you're wanting to get into a relationship, but you know it's like we've been might felt like betrayed in the past or you know something along those lines. And I feel like that the universe when the universe tries to guide you towards love and towards romance, that there's something that I feel like it is trying to heal, you know, and trying to get you to develop that trust again, to get again with that witch bones, get a reestablish that kind of sturdy foundation, and and get yourself kind of realigned there. But I also feel like something too, Libra, to maybe think about, especially if we find ourselves, you know, maybe feeling betrayed or something happens in a relationship, you know, to be romantic with yourself as far as like, you know, maybe take yourself out for dinner or, you know, maybe buy yourself like a little gift or, you know, to have just like a day where it's just like kind of you doing your things and not really worrying about what others can do for you or but yeah, Libra, think that's I think that's all I got there. Alrighty. I like that little touch of romance in there. But let's get another oracle. Thank you. Alright, so you got the fifth card of Sagittarius, which is a yarn card. And with this card, this is a card of hassles, problems, big mess, interconnected, complicated, patience needed, future gains, work it out, made up story, many working components, mischief, and out of control. And energy that's coming through here, Libra, is the hassles. And you know you may find yourself, and of course you know there are going to be some periods of time where there may be some things may feel like a hassle. You know, maybe for some we got some court things that we may be dealing with, or maybe we have some, maybe we haven't had enough time to relax, and or maybe just get a lot on our plates with our businesses or maybe our jobs or whatever that's looking like for you, Libra. But I do feel like that there is this kind of, considering we started off relaxing there, it's remembering that even when life gets kind of chaotic and things start getting, you know, these hassles starts coming in, we start feeling upset about certain things and whatnots, you know, allowing yourself to do some nice things for yourself, you know, as far as like, again, maybe take yourself out on a date or maybe allowing yourself to allow love in possibly, maybe if we're not doing some long-term dating, maybe just doing some just kind of playing the field and just sort of seeing what's out there possibly, even if we haven't maybe find ourselves with any time with that, or maybe taking breaks for some creative endeavors, or and I'm even kind of getting to with this like kind of hassles card and just thinking about those and that like creative type of energy that we may, that sometimes when I feel like we're facing this stuff, we may not feel as resourceful in the moment as we do like in hindsight. We'll see like, oh, I could have did this, I could have did that, I could have did that, and you know, there's a you know energy, you know, just as Asmodel, you know, energy of kind of slowing down and you know not being unruffled and just kind of finding that peace even amongst the chaos so that you can see from a higher perspective here from without the hot air balloon and figure out how we can solve these things, Libra. But let's get a tarot on this. Thank you. All right, Libra. So you have the Seven of Wands in reverse here, and I do feel like with this, you know, when these challenges and things come up, you know, we want to make sure that we are protecting our energy from this stuff, or maybe we find I almost feel like for some it's like we may find ourselves kind of criticizing the way that we go about things, or maybe others might criticize ourselves, and again that might allow you, that might make you, of course, make you upset, or But I feel like it's like trying not to, in a sense, like let these hassles and things get to you. Whereas now, where I know we're gonna feel upset, but that's gonna be just general. But I feel like it's not trying not to get overcome with that, so that we end up doing something that is more reactive than proactive there, Libra. It's like maybe we need to remove ourselves for a little bit, maybe do some deep breathing real quick, kind of just change up how we might go about dealing with these problems as they come up, because they're always going to come up, Libra. But it's just like how, yeah, how we end up, we may not be able to control necessarily a situation sometimes, but when we get into practice, we can control how we feel about something, how we connect with it. And it's just like, all right, I need this I need to process this in this space, and then we can come back with a clear head there. So yeah, just something to think about there, Libra. Now let's get your last card. Thank you. Oh, Libra, little deep dive for the win here. So you got the fourth card of Pisces, which is Scuba Diver card. And with this card, this is a card of going within, observation, 0 point, self-examination, exploring the unconscious mind, into the void, in the void, desire to know, self-reflection, disconnecting, deep thoughts, and subliminal. And the energy that's coming through here, Libra, is a self-examination. And I feel like that's pretty much what the whole solar return is about. Just kind of evaluating, what dreams do we want to pursue, what inspirations we want to create. Are we making enough time for relaxing? Are we taking enough time to get our work done? Have we been taking, like, are we on the right team? Just like all of these questions that we need to ask ourselves. And it can seem a lot sometimes, but it's like, it's all this self-examination that's building upon these witch bones here. But it's like, I feel like all these, in order for that growth to happen, it does need that foundation. It needs those questions, those challenges, so that we can find out where the energies aren't in alignment, and get them back to where things are balanced, things are blessed, things are just feeling well there, Libra. So let's get your last tarot. Oh, all right. So I can get your last oracle here. Oh, all right, Libra. So you have, love that. So you have the Six of Pentacles in reverse here. And that's what we're working on. The things that have thrown us out of balance. Look at you. Look at these scales here, Libra. The things that have thrown us out of balance, paying attention to where we're giving energies. Pay attention to the energies that we're receiving back. That we're having that reciprocity. And yeah, just anything that has, just really has been, that doesn't seem like it's promoting your growth. It's just like, what can we do to get those energies back in alignment? So just a little something to think about there during your birthday season there, Libra. Now let's get your last oracle card here. Oh, look at you, Libra. All right, so you got the Weaver card, here, Libra, and let's switch back over. Because I feel like with this Weaver kind of popping through here, that, especially considering too that we got the Inventor there, and it's like we got like some offers that are accepting, we're evaluating options. I feel like that you're going to be in a state where you are kind of manifesting there quite a bit there, Libra, and I'm almost like getting your card, like the Justice card, and it's just like paying attention to just what we're manifesting and what we're creating, and if those things align with your higher purpose. Just like, yeah, it's very interesting, Libra. I do feel like you are in for I figure you're going to be in for a very interesting year for sure. You know, I'm excited for your growth because again, your energies have been really hot here as of late, and I feel like there's going to be some changes, and this is a great time for you to really be thinking about what's next. You know, how you want to grow and expand from here, and what you want to create. You know, the Weaver's kind of very kind of magician energy as well, so I like that, Libra. I think I'm gonna leave that there. So hopefully you like that too, Libra. So yeah, that's a solo return, and I'll include a tab for that as well. I have tabs for all of like your weekly ones, your monthly ones, and your yearly ones. But yeah, I'll include that. I have a link for those in the description box. We'll have it in the description box below. And but yeah, I feel like that, Libra. Give it a thumbs up. And share this, Libra, because I feel like this is something to a lot of cool things to be kind of thinking about over this next year here, and this is where we're putting our energies, and a little relaxing time and going with the flow, and very chill there, Libra. So I feel like that's a great place to be kind of manifesting. And then if you haven't already, subscribe, hit that bell button, get notified on all these videos each week. And then last little bit, if you have any Cancer in your placement, Sun, Moon, Rising, come on over to the Chariot, friends. I do videos Monday through Friday there. We discuss lunar shenanigans, and it's a good old time. And all that housekeeping is down in the description box below. But let me get your surprise cards here, Libra, so I can get you out of here. And you got the Ten of Wands in reverse. And I feel like that we're getting ready to think about maybe how we can start taking some of these like things that are maybe burdens, or things that kind of weigh us down. How can we change that up and kind of alleviate some of that burden there? And I feel like it's going to be something where, again, since you had the angel of patience, it's something that's going to be, we're going to need to be patient with. Because I'm even thinking just like with Taurus and, the sign, the energies that he represents. Taurus is kind of a slow moving sign, but it's one that builds that security. Once you get that momentum, things start changing. But, it may feel like at moments, where things may be a hassle. You might get upset along the way. It can be like an uphill battle. It's all going to make sense. It's going to be worth the day in the end there, Libra. But let me get your other surprise card here. Get your Oracle. And I like that. Because you got the Commune card. And I'm getting an energy again, just kind of connecting with your higher self, trusting your intuition, commune with your spirits. But I also feel too, Libra, with this energy, just like how we were talking about like your team and things, it's like who you commune with, whom you're sharing your energies with, and just paying attention to that discernment, to that instinct. If something doesn't feel right, maybe just like we may not be cutting people off, but we're protecting our energies, we're putting up some boundaries. So that's something to think about there, Libra. But I think I'm gonna leave that. I think I'm gonna leave it. So you stay safe out there. Whatever plans you have, maybe you're going on a trip, maybe hopping on a hot air balloon, or maybe we're going scuba diving, or just be safe out there, Libra. Raise your vibration through the roof. Enjoy your birthday season. Enjoy this year, and yeah, I'm excited to see what's to come there for you, Libra. And I will catch you on the next one. Later.